I'm LoRayne Logan, founder and president of Workplace Staff and Search. I think Workplace is the realization of something that I had known since I was 10 years old. At 10, I was designing checks for a business that I would ultimately have, so I've always known that I wanted to build a business. I'm the child of an entrepreneur. I think that my father's approach to parenting me was extremely influential. He talked a lot about my being able to do anything that I wanted to do. All I had to do was be self-reliant, prepared, and diligent. When we moved from a small town in eastern Colorado at the age, I was age 16, to Denver, I'm a beginning driver and don't know this city. Instead of his giving me directions, he bought and framed a very large map, which he put on the wall and said to me, map out your course, so that way if you get lost, you will know how to get back. I guess that gave me pretty good instruction for future endeavors as well. I think another thing that highly framed how I've approached my life and my work is that I very much wanted to control my own ability to earn. I did not want to work in a structure that would define how much I could make. And I wanted it to be very much based on my own ingenuity and stick-to-itiveness and capability. So being in charge of my own destiny at the goodwill of my customers, I think, has been a key motivator. I never felt that I would be willing to be held back because of my gender, and I chose things that would ensure that didn't happen. However, in the early 80s, when that recession hit, I was working in government when I realized it just wasn't for me. I did not like that millions of federal dollars were coming into the region, and I knew the data. It wasn't making enough of a difference. So when you think about an entrepreneurial child raised in eastern Colorado, where self-reliance and direction and hard work are all such an important factor, it just didn't match my values with what I had been taught, and my value around really good use of money just collided, and it wasn't something I could do. So I wrestled with, what's the future here? And I decided that I needed to take advantage of the fact that nobody was counting on me. I didn't have to pay any bills for anybody. I just had to take care of myself, and that I believed that I could quit and survive it and thrive. So I did. In that void of not having work, I came to really appreciate how important I believe employment, work, that whole dynamic is to individuals' lives. One of the things that I'm very grateful for about that period when I was struggling to find work or define what I would do next is I faced scary poverty. I kept my apartment only because my landlord wasn't in town to know I wasn't paying my rent. I had a car that I borrowed, and I clerked at the 320 store to eat. So it was a humbling time, and as you can see, it still touches me. But it was really good, because now when someone needs work, I know that matters. I was offered a job in staffing. So I didn't go directly to starting the company. I had the chance to spend 7 years with a very strong staffing company manager who had great connections, really understood about filling jobs, and I learned so much from him. And that was the key to the door that I needed to open, because that helped me know what the very industry was that I wanted to be part of. And I got the foundation to then go out and be very successful in the industry. And started Workplace in 1988 with the sole purpose of connecting quality people and quality companies for the greater, fulfillment of both.